The film Death of the Horse, by the famous director Saimir Kumbaro, and written by Next-Hati Tafes, the screenwriter with production of Kino Studios, Shqiperia e Re. In the first impression leaves the impression as an anti-dictatorship film, but it is the opposite. This film has been called as the first anti-communist film in Albania and about the dictator Enver Hoxha, but is it really such that it claims to be? I say that it is even pro-dictatorship. Very sophisticated and with a cynicism, which has nothing to do with the event found masterfully, to justify the real ferocity of the wildest dictatorship in the Balkans. A horse was killed. This for the realization group, allegedly an event severe, deliberately forgetting thousands of Albanians killed, injected and disappeared without a trace. The film has a lot of atmosphere, drama. This comes from the more realistic interpretation of the actors Timo Floko, Raimonda Bulku, Niko Kanjeri, Fitim Makashi and others. But also from the emotional finding of the music of the film, which is not simply illustrative. This is the merits of the composer René Aubrey. Within this minor event for the reality of the years of dictatorship, when intellectuals were killed with a bullet in the back of the head from the mountain with holes. Of course there is pain. A racehorse, a horse of our enemy of the party. But what then? What dramatic or tragic weight does this have with the horrors of dictatorship and propaganda agitation to intern and imprison family for a word? It is true that this can be called the first film with erotic scenes, overcoming the timid phase in Albanian films where kissing was forbidden. After being considered a bourgeois show. But I emphasize that the film finding, quite minor for the tragedy of an isolated people who were banned from free movement abroad. Denied and punished free speech and the most basic human rights sounds quite intentional and cynical. Very harmful for 2 years of democracy that she herself will discuss together with the pseudo-pluralism facade. The film is a production of 1992. The screenwriting directorial message reaches its peak and comes out openly without any hesitation in the last sequences of the film. He says, among other things, "I did everything. But you know the system. If you need to, come and meet me." Silent is the silent boulevard itself. A defeat film. Revenge in the full sense of the word that seeks with the means of old propaganda films to breathe that new, 2-year-old democracy. To make it in the eyes of the hopeless spectator. In accordance with the Qafzezi program, Ramiz Alia when he said, "In today's communists we will be the future businessmen." Sophisticated script and direction to lose track. Under the shadow of an anti-communist film. And there was no way it could have happened otherwise than an indoctrinated screenwriter as Next-Hati Tafra ex-party secretary